Hello, everybody. Welcome back again to another episode of Don't Feed the Animals podcast, the only podcast that you'll hear the word like more than we get likes. Anyways, so I am here today on a very special episode of Don't Feed the Animals podcast, where I have invited two strangers that I do not know personally at all. And I just want to say I am glad to have today with us the producers of Unpeeled Productions, Kahlil.
Hey, what's up? Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no problem. And Carter.
I was going to use what's up, and I can't think of anything else to say.
Damn it. Damn it. You know, there's always thieves out there, man. I'll tell you. So, the great thing about today is that I'm alive. And why I say that is because 2 days ago I went to the ER. Why did I go to the ER? We all ask.
Why did you go to the ER?
Oh, I'll tell you why I went to the ER. Because I had a full-blown panic attack at some point 2 days ago. One that I've never had before in my life. So, to paint a picture, I am in the process, because you guys all know one of the main things that we did when we first started this journey on Don't Feed the Animals is that we were not feeding us, the animals. Berto and I, when we first, my Berto, not your Berto, Berto and I, when we first started this podcast, we kind of, like in the first couple episodes, we said, hey, let's lose weight. Let's do something to try to lose weight and get down to a decent size. I am proud to say that as far as today, I'm down 25 pounds from 285. Yes, well, I'll take it.
Congratulations.
I'll take it. We do finger snaps here. This has been done before. I've done it even ASMR style. Hope it comes in good. Hope the levels are right. And so, what we're going to do... But anyway... So, as I was saying, basically, I ended up I had some weird, cold, you ever had, Vicks rubbed on your chest?
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, but you ever had that sensation and you didn't put Vicks on your chest?
No. I can't say I have.
Okay, so, basically, what ended up happening to me is that, let's go back. I lost that weight. That's great. I'm losing weight. The main reason why I'm losing weight is because at one point in time, I was having symptoms of diabetes, and diabetes runs into my family. Another great thing is that my mom informed me the other day that she did 23andMe. I will never do that because I don't want robot clones of me. I'm not putting my DNA, but it's too late because they already have my mother. So they might as well just do the math. Get some half-breed clone of me now that she gave the DNA. But according to her DNA test, it said that she is 64% chance of getting diabetes from now till she's 80. Ooh. And when they do those DNA tests, the thing is that they don't particularly factor in lifestyle. So that's just genetics. That's just shit. If you live normal, you still have 64% chance. So, I'm worried about that because I don't want that to happen. Unfortunately, my father's diabetic and he is going through some hardships, but it's fine. So, I went and got a glucose check just because, one day I wasn't feeling too good. My fingers were numb. They checked it out. It was high. So, now I have that in the back of my head. Fast forward to the very next day where now it's bothering me that I have that idea of it could be me, something could be happening to me. So now I'm a full-fledged diabetic. I'm convinced now. Because they checked my blood sugar, they're like, it is a little high. You should probably get, a general practitioner, and I don't, so I need to get a doctor. Moving on, I just basically ended up freaking out, kind of leaving work early, going to a walk-in clinic to get because I was having chest pains and arm pains, and I told them that, and they were like, you should probably go to the ER. We really want to make sure that you're good. They did an EKG, they did a blood test, they did everything they needed to do. They're like, you're okay, you're fine, you're good, man. And that was great, you know, like I was there for 3 hours, you know, laying in the bed, just, you know, hope I'm okay. They said I'm okay. They said, you ever had anxiety? And I have had anxiety in the past. I've had 10 years ago, I was seeking therapy for my anxiety because, you know, life. So I move to that night where that's when I had the panic attack. Where this is, and mind you, didn't feel good, went to the doctors. Doctor said I was okay, but still had a panic attack. Literally felt like my chest was, I had icy hot rubbed all over it. I've never felt it. And the thing is, it's not even like, a lot of people when I've been telling this story to, they've been like, oh, are you thinking about anything? I'm like, yeah, but it's only health related things. I'm only reacting to a numb feeling in my fingers, a numb feeling in my chest, a numb feeling in my knee. But that's the thing about anxiety, is that it affects you in such strange ways where it makes you believe that anything and everything is happening to you at once. And that sucks because I ended up just like losing my shit. But with badness, with terrible things come nice things. The very next day, I got up early. I went for a run. I had a nice breakfast. I went to work. I did everything I had to do. I came home. I was the most... You asked me what I do when I have to go in at 9 o'clock. I wake up, I take a nice shit, and I sit down and I watch TV and scratch my belly and my balls, and then I go to work. And that's pretty much how I spent my mornings. Yes, that day, which was yesterday, I woke up at freaking 6 in the morning and I went for a run. That has never happened in my life. Now, how did I feel that whole time when it was happening? Like shit. I felt like garbage. I felt like I was forcing myself to do something because I was in fear that my body is just going to attack me. And I felt numb and I felt terrible and awful. So, what am I going to do about it? The fun news, guys, is that your boy, James, is going to be seeking out a psychiatrist again. So you guys can hear what I'm going to be doing about my mental health. Because in Don't Feed the Animals, we do not feed you bullshit, and we keep it real up in this piece. So that's what we're here for. But I digress. I'm fine. I'm here to stay. I'm happy. I'm feeling 100% now that I have these gentlemen sitting beside me. I am very happy to have these guests, which we are going to do our video roundup, where we're going to watch, I'm going to say it wrong again, Mortalin? Yes! .exe. So, if you have not already subscribed to the Don't Feed the Animals YouTube channel, where you can go and search all the liked videos that we have on there. On top of that, be very sure to subscribe to Unpeeled Productions. They have quality videos up. You've already heard on episode, I'm not even going to guess what episode I did. I was going to say 18, but I could be wrong. Might have been 19. Might have been 20. Don't know anymore. It's the one that was the coworker series with Berto, a.k.a. Humberto, a.k.a. Daniel, a.k.a. Berto 2. That's what it was titled.
Berto 2.
The Daniel one threw me off because I've never referred to him as Daniel, but he wanted to be referred to himself.
Nobody calls him Daniel.
He asked for that. We were confused as well. I thought maybe you just knew him as Daniel.
No. He said, you can call me Daniel. And I was like, how? Why?
Did he just make up that name?
I think he did.
No, that's isn't that his middle name?
Oh, okay. Maybe I think.
Yeah.
Yes, it was his middle name.
Humberto Daniel. Like
Daniel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was his middle name.
But nobody calls him that though.
Whose middle name is Daniel?
I don't know. I mean, do I know a Daniel middle name
like,
person?
Isolate anyone with the middle name Daniel, but that's
Remember, I heard it and I was like, who's that Daniel guy?
And then I kind of went with it and kept on calling him Daniel throughout the episode, so it was just like, because it's very hard, because I do have a co-host named Berto, and like, he's Alberto, but I've never called him Alberto. Like, I feel like if I call him that, I'm like his mom and he's in trouble.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Alberto! Get over here! But anyways, without further ado, we're gonna go and play your... Is this the first short film that you guys, as Unpeeled Productions, done together?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So, here we go. Alright. So... As we're starting off, it looks like the dude's in the club drinking a beer, got title card. Mind you, I can't stress enough when I watch these videos that I love the editing and the style of everything, like the lights. Like he's in a bathroom, but that light that's in there is just, it sets the scene. And it's very, I'm going to give you like my overall, but I'm just going to just describe how things are going right now. We're just establishing shots of shower, coffee, getting up in the morning, getting ready to do, you know, whatever thing that the character's doing. Abby?
Yeah, we
Yes.
just used his real name.
Okay, cool. And right now, Abby's looking at pictures of a beautiful woman. He's in a dark room. It's very futuristic. But again, the style's awesome because it's like a retro futuristic, which is totally cool, totally up my alley. He's checking his mail. I'm going to shut up.
Lots of exposition here.
But a lot is done and a lot is established in this 5-minute video for sure.
It was the only way.
Yeah, I mean, to do it as a disclaimer is probably smart. It's almost like you got it in the way that you watch in a commercial. Like it's like, if you take this, you know, consult a physician if you feel symptoms of this,
Right,
and it's like everything you pretty much figuring out everything you need to know about this drug or. Is it a drug? It's I don't know. Well,
software.
It's like software, exactly. Yeah.
Here comes the money shot.
Yeah. So you are following this young man throughout town, which is awesome. Where is this?
Downtown
Orlando.
Downtown Orlando, and it looks awesome. Like these shots are fucking clean. I love that shot with the freaking the trains timed perfectly. Like it's just the little things, because it's like. I'll have questions afterwards. I'm trying not to ask him right now. All right, so Buddy Boy's knocking on the fucking oldest door I've ever seen in my life. And it's awesome. He puts on an earpiece, the gentleman speaking Spanish. And I love this translation part. He's trying to, it looks like he's offering, it's almost like a drug dealer, but it's not. He's holding like software, like not software.
Software dealer?
We call them pirates.
I'm gonna lower it a little bit. It's coming too loud on the. All right, so he wants that mortal line, and the dude's like, "I got you." That's cool. If he wanted to look cool, he did it. I like the contact lenses are cool, and the fucking
the
keyboard is rad as fuck.
Those contact lenses were a bitch.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
Oh,
He
it didn't
got
focus.
it. He almost put the cigarette in his pocket. I just caught that just now. All right, and there you go. I like the way, yeah, that's cool. And then didn't notice it before, but he's got the little headphone jack into his arm.
Yeah.
So I'm trying not to fuck up this ending as many times as I've seen it. I don't know if it's one of those left interpretation type endings, but okay. So right there, it shows him trying to resuscitate. I guess that's the girl from the pictures, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
So it's saying missing corrupted files. So it's making me think that either there is so the whole point of the that I didn't talk over. Okay. All right, now it's the end of the video, which is awesome. Okay, so again, I couldn't recommend more. Oh, sorry, can't.
It's just credits.
I know, but credits is it. So we have cast and crew. It's a 6-person team. Then you got music, so 7 people worked on that. I'm impressed. I think it's great. I like it. I noticed that you guys have awards for it too, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Really quick, I just want to get into my questions about it. Is that okay? So there was that part where it was kind of like describing what Mortaline is. Am I saying that right? I feel
Mortal
like
in. It's like,
Mortaline. See, damn it.
put it in your body.
Did it again. Okay. Mortaline. What it was, and it's basically kind of like almost like a Kevorkian type shit, where you choose to go out. Like, I'm assuming you would get it if you were sick, and then it just puts you in a state of euphoria before you die. So I feel like there's a movie like, did Vanilla Sky do that?
I've never
seen the movie.
Yeah,
I've never
seen it.
was like, on that too.
There was one of these movies where they had something like that, where like if you had some sort of illness, they put you into a program or whatever, where you're living like the best days of your life, and then you.
I do feel like it must have been done before at some
Yeah,
point.
that
Oh
can't
no,
be
for
like
sure,
a super original thing. That sounds almost exactly like what that is. It's
right.
like,
Yeah.
And but this was set in 5 minutes, and I didn't have to spend any money as opposed to getting through like a really convoluted movie that kind of sucked, and I don't remember it being
Oh
that
my
good.
god.
But when so the ending, it shows that the guy took it. Like it was clear to me that the main character had a significant other that passed away. He wanted to basically figure out a way to just end it all and kind of euthanize himself, but euthanize him in the best way, and because he's depressed, I'm assuming. And so the part that the ending is interesting, because when he finally injects himself with the program, it shows him, and like it shows a scene. Was that him making out with her? Or?
Yeah.
It was like a good moment, but then it automatically switches up to a terrible moment of him trying to resuscitate her, which is probably a memory, which probably shouldn't have happened, because that's not the point of the program. You're supposed to feel good before you die. So it kills you, though? The thing does kill you?
Yeah,
It's meant to put you down.
Okay, yeah, because that's exactly, because that and the when he was talking to the dealer, because it was very like drug dealer esque.
Oh yeah, no,
but that was the point.
It's
Yeah.
drugs, but like the reason we've been like joking about like it's software is because the whole reason we made it software is because we entered it in a film fest, and they're like no drug use, and so we were like.
Yeah.
Because originally it was gonna be like an
Oh,
overdose thing.
It was gonna
but
be like
we
a
were
heroin
we
thing
can't
or
do
something like that.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's brilliant. That's awesome.
So
and then it gave you guys a mad style because of that. Because it was just, now because were you always going to go for the look?
No.
No, yeah.
No.
We kind of worked with our limitations.
Fuck, it
Yeah,
worked.
so Abby, who's not here right now, but he had a story that he wrote a long time ago, I think, about this, what you just saw, a boyfriend getting over his girlfriend who died of an overdose, and it was like heroin or something like that, and that was the base of the story. But we got around it, and it turned into this with the sci-fi and the technology and the software thing.
Yeah, and again, if you guys didn't see the latest one that they did, Plugged, was awesome. This one's awesome. It's like the feel of it is total like, and unfortunately I gush over that type of fucking style. I love fucking like that synth wave type music and like that cyberpunk feel about everything. So that style, and the thing is too, because I got a lot of information from the episode I did with Humberto, is basically like you guys kind of just like, it's like it looks high budget, like it looks like you. And he's like, no, it wasn't. It was just time. If anything, it's a lot of time. But I'm like, how many cameras? What kind of cameras? And he's just like, it's not really that big of a deal. Like
one camera.
I mean, Mortaline was done for Campus Movie Fest. Which is they go around campuses around like the country, and they went to UCF, and it's a 5-minute student short. So that was done in a week. That was the whole incentive, right? Get done.
Yeah. It was a lot of time within 1 week, like literally 4 days back to back. It was like no sleep.
How long are you guys waiting for that train?
Oh, we just got lucky. We
We
just heard ding, 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 and everyone's like, "Okay, get in positions, it's fucking time!" Like,
There's this one establishing scene where the guy's walking and the train's right next to him, but it looks cool. It's smooth. It's those little things that, like, in big production movies, they're just like, we'll just fucking move the train. We'll just move whatever we want. Like, when you're doing guerrilla ass shit, where you're doing shit where you just gotta, like, fucking make it work. Like, you do what you gotta do. So I love hearing shit like that, because I'm just like, because at the end result. Because that's why it brings a sense of professionalism to the film, is those little things, you know. Even like the close-up shot of the coffee maker. A lot of people, like, you know, they do these little cliche things, but again, there was lighting. You know what I mean? There was lighting, so there was a style. Even though it's just like, oh, the guy's getting up and he's doing whatever, smoking a cigarette. It's just the way that I still believed. Oh, this is not our world.
Ooh,
you know, this is
I'm glad
not,
you're saying that.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not, like, this is not, you know, this is not a future, because it looks like it would be taking place now anyway, but it's, you know, like I said, it's a good go around of, like, what would be a parallel of what we deal with today. So yes, I never really thought of it like that. It totally is. It is a drug thing. Like, I thought it was like drugs, but then you really think about it, it's like, no, it's software, but that makes sense now. Yeah, see?
So why it malfunctions, it's kind of like implied, but we don't really ever like say it. It's just because he got it where he got it from.
Oh,
you know, he goes to this sketchy...
And I was stupid. When I first saw it, I thought it malfunctioned, like, in the sense that... But now that I watch it, I'm like, duh, stupid. That's how it malfunctioned. Is basically... I thought the malfunction was, oh, he's not going to die. Like, happy ending type guy. Like, oh, it's okay, you know, because the girl came in and said, you know, like, almost like you're not ready to go yet. Like, if you want to think of it like as a happy ending, because she comes to him and talks to him directly and, you know, lets him know, like.
You see, that could be open-ended, but then the very next shot is the black screen that says host terminated.
Yeah.
Like...
Exactly. And I would go on to that when they say host terminated. I'm like, ugh. So the fucking error was the fact that you was supposed to enjoy a beautiful time making out with his boo before he passes away.
Right.
But unfortunately, he done goofed. Like, yeah.
You relived her dying.
That's what you get for trying to get it bootleg version of but that's funny too, because it's like, you know, it's like, I want to get the right amount of drugs to take, you know, like, you know, to just pass on and just feel good, and it's just like you take the worst trip of your life,
still fuck up,
and you're out of here.
It's like the worst thing ever.
Yeah. Wow. But I like it, and you guys won multiple awards for it, I see.
Yeah, we gotta update that because we got more.
You got more?
Yes.
Oh shit! So what are the? I want to know.
The ones on there are on campus at UCF.
Okay.
It won the silver tripod for best editing, and it got the jury award.
Yeah. So the silver tripod thing is like essentially a nomination,
basically,
like for the golden tripod, which is like a nationwide award. So if you get a silver tripod for editing, it means like when you go to like the national competition, you're basically nominated to win something there. Mm-hmm. And the jury award, which is the other one on there, just means it was top 4 on campus, which gets you into the national champion thing too. So, I mean, it's like,
do they, besides credibility and recognition, or do you get anything if you are like, you know, you get the golden one? Do they give you any?
They give you like
prizes or anything?
There's like a physical trophy type thing.
That's cool.
They give out like a lot.
Do they give opportunities? Maybe.
Yeah. So there was also, what was it? There was something else we got
at UCF.
Oh no, never mind. So the silver tripod like got us something like.
Well, you got an Amazon gift card too.
Oh, that's true. We got $80.
The way it works,
hey!
So people submit films right at UCF. Top 16 get screened on campus, and then the top 4 got taken to Atlanta to compete there with their like nationwide competition.
Right.
Ours made top 4, so it got sent there. This is the one, the silver tripod. Over there, it was competing for the golden tripod for editing.
Awesome.
And then they got nominated for other stuff over there too.
Fucking hey, that's good. I'm just glad that shit gets out there. My biggest thing, and I said it the last video when I was talking about Plugged with Humberto, is that the editing is where it's at. So who's editing?
That would be me.
Holy shit, sir!
Thank you.
Like I was telling him with Plugged, and it shows very much in this one also. More unplugged because it's just like some of the shit that I've seen. It's like I'm like with this the special effects and the graphics of everything. It really it does a lot of the work. You know, I mean, I know shots are hard, and that's another thing too. Like I see it more in Moreline. Sorry, but I see it more and that because of the fact that, you know, the train just being out at a certain time at night, making everything look, you know, cool, and that door.
Fucking door.
Where is that?
That's on like off I Drive, like by the Orlando Eye.
Okay.
The chick that stars in it worked there, and she's like cool with her boss, and she's like, "Can we come by when we close and like use the fucking door because it looks like a drug dealer door?" And then we were like, "Hell yeah!" Like,
oh, it's the best, and it had a latch. And
yeah, like it's got a yeah.
That's a perfect door, and I know, and I don't know because I've never been ambitious enough to do something so awesome like make a film for myself, but I could imagine how these little things are things that you are like, oh shit, how do we do that? Oh shit, how do we do that?
That's like the catchphrase of both of our films. It's just like,
how did that come to be?
Yeah, thank God that happened because
I've had friends and family that have tried their hand at doing it, and their takes on it were so like amateur in the sense that like, oh, you use your imagination. I'm like, yeah, that's why it looks like shit. Because it's like you can't like I can't make the room that you guys are in right now like be like, oh, this is really a casino.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I mean, I have one arcade machine. I'm like, this is a full-fledged. This is Dave and Buster's.
This is Dave and Buster's.
I have wings in the other room. I'll just bring it out and we're in Dave and Buster's. No, you know, I mean, we're not. It's not going to work out that way. You have to literally, like, if you're going to establish that you're going to be in certain places, you have to go to the certain places. When you don't have the funds, the money, the things, it's hard, man. It's hard.
A lot of that comes in with like writing, which is the other person's job.
Right, and that's another thing too. Is that the storylines are simple to the sense where it's like it's hard to to tell a story and then have like questions, you know what I mean? Like when you have like a point, because you can't, like it's very like basic when you're watching it. Like I have to watch things a couple of times to be like, I now understand the whole point of what's going on here. Because sometimes you'll watch something and you just like, you turn your brain off and you just accept the information that comes in. But then when you watch it again, that's when you start really seeing the art of like what's happening. And like, just a quick question: what are your influences anyway? And when you is there any directors or a certain movies or anything that really like, oh, I really like this, or you're just like, fuck it, I'm my own.
As far as this goes,
you know what? Yeah, as far as this goes, as far
Blade
as
Runner is definitely like,
fuck yeah,
it
all
has
right,
to be
up
like, there.
Oh yeah, there's not enough of that shit.
Pretty
out
much
there.
Recent memory, anything to sci-fi. We don't get enough cyberpunk movies. Also, the game Cyberpunk 2077 is coming out. I'm beyond excited for that game.
For that game.
So anything that was like that closely resembled a cyberpunk story, I was so down for.
Okay, so you were actually into that
yeah.
shit. Okay, cool. That's because I'm just saying, like, this is a style that works perfect because you can be retro and you can be futuristic at the same time. And I'm telling you right now, at least lately, that's in.
Oh yeah, no, dude. Like we were like all about pinks and blues, like that vaporwave craze. Like,
oh yeah,
still in my brain.
Oh yeah, I'm all over that vaporwave shit. I'm all over that
stuff. Like you said about the casino, like we got to keep it grounded, you know, because we're not right. We don't have a budget. We don't have.
But that affects your writing too, right? I'm assuming that like you can't. I mean, as much as you oh, it takes place at an airport. You're like, well, can't really show that. So then you're like, you have to like really work on your writing and go, oh, it makes more sense. Like, I mean, but on the same note, and that's like the crazy part about telling. And why I'm like pretty much like praising what's happening is that it just goes to show how you can tell a story that takes place not quite in a world that is of ours, and almost it is a fantasy because it involves, you know, stuff that doesn't really exist, and basically make it believable and make people watch it and understand and be like, oh, well, I think I know what's going on here, and yeah, okay, like it's not our world, but it's cool. Like I wish I could fucking shove an auxiliary cord in my arm every now and then and just be like, I'm good today, guys. I'm fucking turning out. Just unplug my mic and just good to go. But yeah, I mean, I think that's great, and it's hard as fuck. Like I'm just, but you know what? I'm gonna ask you the same question. What are your like influences, and just in general, as far as like, because this film stuff is, I think you guys are doing great, so I would assume that you like,
So, okay, I love making films, but like my deep dark secret is like I've literally barely watched any fucking films that matter. Like,
what? That's awesome.
Like Abby, the third person on here that's not here right now, like he's got like my queue of films I need to watch. Like, I'll say like, as far as my job, like behind the camera, cinematography wise, like I fucking adore like No Country for Old Men.
Oh, I love that fucking movie.
Just I could watch it with the sound off.
Yeah.
It's just, it looks so nice. It's so nice on the eyes. That would probably be something I'd say I draw from the most. One film that like the cinematography is insanely good, but like the movie itself is shit, is Atomic Blonde. Like, if you even remember what the fuck that is.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
I'm like ashamed to even say that right now, but God, that movie looks so fucking
Why do
good.
I feel like... No.
Charlize Theron's naked in a bathtub.
She's like John Wick or
something. But that's who it was. That's the actress. I'm like, what actress was it? Okay, yeah, Charlize Theron movie. Yes, I have never seen it, but I did see things of like previews of it, and yeah.
It's nothing like the previews either. Like, honestly, it's like a super convoluted spy movie that I don't even think makes sense. But it's like, just watch it with the sound off. Play some like fucking synthwave shit over it, and just enjoy it. Like,
well, you know what? I can respect the fact too, and I do understand it. The not being into the watching of the movie so much, because of the fact that this doesn't make any sense. I used to listen to tons and tons of podcasts until I started doing podcasts, and I started listening less and less to podcasts because I'm like, well, now I do it.
Right.
Well, now I'm doing it. I don't really want to listen to too much because I don't really want it to swerve what I'm trying to do or try to adjust anything that I'm going for. I kind of want to do my own thing,
right?
And if it's working for me, I might as well keep on doing it. And you almost have like a fresh set of eyes.
Yeah, you know, like, again, it's one of those things. Like, you mentioned that movie that had a very similar plot to Immortal, and like if you had said that while we were writing, I'd be like, okay, scrap it, can't do it anymore. Like,
oh shit,
I have like this thing where it's like, especially when it comes to creative shit, it's like I really don't want to copy anyone else's. So it does help that I'm not super well versed in it, because I can't like be like, well, this is kind of like that, so maybe we should change this, even though it would make it worse in the long run, you know?
100% makes sense.
Also, I criticize the fuck out of everything. Like, I'll watch a movie and I'll just be like, they could have done it better like this. Like me, the guy with 2 YouTube videos and a total of like 1,500 views. Like, that's how they could have done it better, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so it's harder to enjoy shit too when you like start trying to be really good at something. When you get your own taste and like
exactly
and stuff.
Kind of ruins the experience for other people too if they're with us.
You know what? I've learned to internalize it.
Well, I could understand it. It makes sense because and I'm only sure when you're watching your own shit, you guys are just like probably. Is it so? What is your? I want to know. Besides somebody trying to put a cigarette in their pocket while it's still lit. What is there any other little criticism, little nitpicking things?
The last shot?
Yeah. Well, first, yeah. Okay. My least favorite thing, like by far, is the last shot. It's like gross for no reason. Like the colors are just completely desaturated. The audio, she like has a line of dialogue, and it's like the most tinny, awful, horrible thing. You can barely understand it. Like that was part of the like 1 week time constraint. Like we filmed it. And then I edited everything together, and I realized how shit it was, but we did not have time to schedule.
Was it sub though? It wasn't sub what she said at the end, right?
No. Okay. It should have been. And That's definitely the worst thing. But there is, when he grabs it from the door,
Yeah.
the drug never comes in focus. And it hurts my heart every time I watch it. Like, it's like so close, like you see it coming in focus, and then it just stops and it cuts to the next shot. And I'm like, no!
Shit.
Every time I watch it. And I don't remember if it does come in focus, like in the raw shot.
I don't think it did.
No, the only
And if it
time
did,
that
it was
I
like a
feel
bad
like you
shot.
see it the most is when it's sitting on the table before he grabs it. Is that you see the that's the only part.
Yeah, so
I mean, I
that's
feel like
the
you
only
still see it.
makeup thing. Like, it's right after that shot.
And it's
that you
right
see
after.
It. So
Yeah, so you can get an idea that it was the same type of thing. I absolutely love the part with the translation too. I thought that was cool, and I'm sure that it's a lot of a lot to have to like how you would do that with the two guys talking to each other. But it's like because it's funny because you hear the audio,
right,
but it's low enough that where like the reading what they're saying helps too. You know what would have been funny? Like if it was different. Like the translation in the thing and what was actually being subbed was different. Like the fucking the device didn't work well.
That would have just fucked everyone's brain up.
Like if he's like this shit's good and then it goes this beep is good and it's like an edited word like
a fucking clean
translation device. I mean, might as well, right?
That was all ADR too.
Oh yeah, all that was like in my room like at 4 a.m. because like there was literally a mariachi band playing across the street.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and we were like, well, I guess we'll just see if we can do it later. And it actually turned out pretty good. Funnily enough, the reason like we even had that dude speak Spanish is because he can speak English, but like he really didn't want to. We were like, do you want to like just speak in Spanish? Like we can have this cool like translator earpiece. He's like, thank God. Like, yeah.
I thought it was cool. I like that you guys did that. Did the whole. I know it just introduced, and it also was that written in or is that like last minute?
How much of this was written?
The translation.
The real question.
As far as written goes, so we didn't really have like a script per se.
Oh really?
More of an outline of goals to achieve and a kind of a storyboard.
We had a goal.
Is that how you did Plug 2?
Yes, 100%.
All right. No, that's cool.
So we're trying to like start working on real scripts now,
right?
Because like we rather have like a short screenplay or something, if you can even call it that. Just because we rely too much on Google Docs and an outline of events that we want to take place.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's.
Well, I think that was good too because it definitely established a little bit more of like how the world is. Like it established like they have technology where you put an earpiece on and translate. Like granted, our phones do that, but to automatically do that and stuff like
some world building.
I mean, but that idea, where did that come from?
That came from Abby just said it one day. He was like, well, Sebastian's not going to speak coherent English, but he's the only one that we can get to do the drug dealer scene. And I was like, or he was just like, maybe we could have like a little translator thing. And I was like, that would be cool. Like I could do like some like kind of effect or something. To...
See, but that would not have worked if it wasn't like the cyberpunk-ish. Like
exactly.
Yeah, that's why it works so well because it adds to the overall.
It fell into place.
Yeah. It definitely fucking worked out that way. That's what I'm saying. Like, and that's why you guys, even though you worked hard on it, I hope you guys had a lot of fun doing it because
it's like the kind of fun where it's also torture.
Yeah,
it was like that.
Is it like an anxiety of just trying to like really hope that you're not like making complete fools out of yourself?
Yeah. Well, okay. It was more like that with Plugged. Because like Mortalin. It was like we were just like, oh, hey, like a thing's coming up. Like we all like to do film stuff. Like let's just.
Mortalin was planned kind of for like 2 weeks.
We planned it about 2 weeks in advance. Like because that's when I just got like an email because I had done it the year before and that shit was garbage. But I got an email from him like, hey, we're coming back. So we started planning it.
The festival.
About 2 weeks in advance, and it was like by the time because like they give you a film window like when you're allowed to film stuff, and so by that time like we had everything planned, but it was more like relaxed because if it was garbage, whatever, we just thought if it doesn't come through, it doesn't come through, but like Plugged, we were going to Atlanta. We wanted to show
I was going
it
to say,
off.
did you guys already have you already went to Atlanta? Or this is
Yeah,
happening
yeah. So
simultaneously?
the competition and stuff has already passed. In fact, we were there when you filmed the thing with Umberto.
Right.
Oh,
we heard
okay.
it in a hotel in Atlanta.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Okay, there you go. Okay. So you did, but you already won the one for UCF. So, and then you made Plugged.
So Plugged was
Right.
made kind of like to sell ourselves in Atlanta. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And it was exported the
Uh-huh.
day we left for Georgia.
How's and is Plugged entered into anything?
No.
Not yet.
No,
Is-
it was more like we didn't want to go to Atlanta with just the film that took us to Atlanta. Like we wanted something else to show people.
Right.
Like, hey,
Did you ended up showing people?
Oh
we
yeah,
did.
we basically like everyone we met. We were like, hey, just go to our channel. Like, look at this, look at this. Look
I
at
mean,
this.
Plugged already has as much views as
It hasn't updated yet. It's actually like 4 views ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay.
4 whole
It's
views.
4 whole views ahead.
Woo!
But
Fun fact: Mortaland made a top 5 in the festival. It was top 5 in the country.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
guys!
Best
That's
Picture.
awesome.
Nominated for Best Picture, Best Drama, Best Editing, and the
we
Amazon.
got the Amazon Prime Award.
Yeah.
And was it just that? Yeah, I don't know. We got nominated for like 4 things. We didn't win an award.
We didn't win, but hey, we got nominated for
We got the
everything.
Best Picture nomination. I was very
Whatever.
Yeah, so the Best Picture nominees, they would screen them during the award ceremony.
Right.
So we didn't know what they were.
Okay.
And we just knew that we were nominated for Best Editing. And when we didn't win that, we're like, okay, the anxiety's gone. Whatever. We didn't win. We're here. We're having fun. It's whatever.
Yeah.
Then they announced the Best Drama nominees, and we're there. And we're all like, what?
Yeah.
And we didn't win that either. And they announced the Amazon Prime nominees, and we're on there too. And we're like, what? We didn't win that either.
now, quick question. Not trying to be a dick. How many other films were there?
Around 200.
Then fucking A. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You got nominated.
But the very
You know where I was getting at with that? I was like, maybe it wasn't enough. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
just put
yeah.
them in.
No.
Just put it in.
The
No, but
very
that's
last-
awesome. That's fucking great.
For sure. The last, so they would screen, they're all 5 minutes short, so they would screen all the Best Picture nominees, and ours was the very last one. And I think, I had my eyes closed, I don't know about you, but I had my eyes closed the whole time.
It was a fucking roller coaster because it's like every time we got nominated for something, it's like your heart starts racing. Like you get your hopes up. You're like, oh shit, like we're gonna take on something home, and then it would be like no, and then it would be like, okay, like I'm not anxious anymore. Like I'm just chilling, and then they'd be like, Mortaland.exe nominated for this, and then I'm like, oh shit, okay, it's coming, and then it's like no.
The ours played last, and you hear the music from Mortaland before you see the actual shot. So I think I had my head down and tilted Abby next to me, and then we hear the music, and we're all like, oh!
Yeah, because they aired them out like 20 minutes apart each,
Yeah.
and so the whole time we were not expecting that at all, and it was just the last one right before the event was almost over, and I was like, and we're now gonna air our last nomination, and we were like, okay, cool, because leading up to it, everything was fucking good. I was actually looking forward to just seeing one, and it was like doo 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 doo, and I was like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
that was the highlight of it. Just because
That's
it is
awesome.
cool that everyone gets to see it.
Right.
Exactly. You're putting your stuff out there. And one thing I think, if I were to say what your guys' strength in all of what I've seen, it's obviously synergy. The fact that it's all, that's very important though. It's, because again, it's 5-minute videos. So that's what I'm telling. If you haven't watched it, please watch it. But it's literally a 5-minute video, and it's hard to get all that into. It's not easy. I'm telling you, people. Everyone thinks that just doing this type of shit is you can do it in a short film, whatever. I mean, because we do live in an age where you can literally film a whole movie with your phone, and it's ain't no thing.
Right.
But it's not. It's really not. You you can, but it'll be as interesting as somebody going on fucking Facebook Live and showing you, that they're at a fucking restaurant at Chili's. Who gives a shit? I don't give a fuck that you're at Chili's. Give me a break. Fucking.
I mean, where I see it, everybody has the tools nowadays, but it's not something everybody can
but
do.
the thing that I've noticed, at least with you guys, is that every single person has something to bring to the table to make it all work. You know what I mean? And that's one thing that people don't understand about even just in the movies in general, that it's everybody that's listening to those credits that are there to make it work. And now we're all established because we have production companies and we just don't think anything of it. You know, you don't think anything about that one guy I just assume when I see everybody, they're like, those are the best people in the business right now that put all this shit together. That's what it is. It seems so stupid. But you have to have it like done right. And I'm saying that because again, I literally when Plugged came out, I really wasn't thinking much of it. I'm just like, there's no, like whatever, he's gonna show me like some video that he's in,
Yeah.
And I look at it, I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, that's really good. I remember, I'm trying to remember the first fucking time I saw it. No, unfortunately my first reaction was at my house, but my second and third time I've watched it was at work. And we were all with our other coworkers. I'm not saying where I'm working, but we were with our coworkers and we're all watching it, and we're just like, I'm like, oh, this is the movie that Berto sent us like late at night while we're trying to get ready for, and we watch it, and I was just like, this is kind of good though. And I'm like, look at that, they did that, and look how they did that. I'm like, because I know that's not these programs and shit like that to do the special effects and just the way you film something isn't that easy to come by and use well. I mean, yeah, anybody could use them, but you use them well in a way it makes sense and make a storyline that makes sense. It's cool, and I dug it. So,
Thanks, man.
My question to you guys is there another film lined up?
So, what you said about it not being easy to do, aside from like procrastinating, there is a reason that they're like 5 months apart, Plugged and Mortal.
I think that's a reasonable time though, that it's been, I don't think it's...
like, they're writing, like, I don't write shit. I just do all the stuff like after stuff is written because I hate all of my ideas. So, like, they're definitely writing stuff, but it's not like we're about to, go out shooting tomorrow.
Right.
No, yeah.
Like we said, like, so far, the closest thing that we've had to a script is, like, bullet points. And so, like, we really want to, like, buckle down and do something, like, fucking good, Like, start it from the ground up, like, doing it right. And so it's definitely not anything around the corner, but...
So basically, I mean, because again, as far as I'm concerned, you guys did 2 films in a year so far, so I think that's pretty good. Like, if I did 1 film in the next 10 years, I'm like, I did a film. Everybody, I did something, and everybody needs to watch it and appreciate it, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like that's it. So you guys did 2 within the span of 6 months. So I wouldn't necessarily say that you guys are procrastinating. I think that you guys are at a good speed. But my question more, what I really meant by that was like, you guys are all working, the same group of people are going to plan.
Yeah.
And you're what is your goals? Like, do you want to do a longer, like, not move on to like, not maybe like an hour, but I know it's 5 to 7. Are we looking at a 9-minute one? Is 9 minutes?
Solid 10 to 15.
10 to 15, which I think would be great.
Would be cool.
15 would be nice, but I'm keeping it in between, just in case.
Well, if
we have a gray area between like ambition and like what's actually possible.
Yes.
Where sometimes like Abby, again, he's not here. Like he'll like be the really ambitious and create this
he's the ambitious
insane story that connects and it's just this
awesome.
Crazy overarching plot or whatever. But we can't do that. We can't shoot a high speed chase or something,
right.
So then I'll try to make something more grounded, but maybe it's too grounded. So it's like we gotta find that gray spot in between where we can create something that's good and also doable.
And and you've definitely achieved that with these last 2. So I'm definitely looking forward to what you guys have planned in the future, because that's gonna be insane. And just letting you guys know, if in the future you ever do a video about a handsome podcaster, and
You are on the top of our
okay,
casting
good.
list.
I would love to be cast as the guy holding the mic, and that is it. Because I probably can't act. I don't know, but I think it's great. I can't wait till the next things you guys come out with because it's gonna be interesting.
Oh yeah, it's fun working together. Like the reason we synergize, using your vocabulary term that I like now, is because like literally we can all scream at each other, and like 3 minutes later we'll just be like chill. Like
that's good.
It's
well, do you guys butt heads on like
Yes.
creative direction?
Yes.
Okay, that's fair.
And we know it comes from like a place of like making the best possible content. You know, like it's not a personal thing.
No.
Yeah, like your idea is shit. Can make something else. Or, like do that all over again. It's like, okay. Fair
You guys at the level where it's like yeah, we can do that if we want to make garbage.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but we're fucking nominated directors now, bitch.
Which is why we're also like, once Mortal was a thing, we wanted to be more ambitious with Plugged.
Yes.
Just because we're like, well, we did this, we can't just do something shittier now. You know?
You had extras in Plugged.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. That was insane. Plugged came, at least for me, it came from. We went to North Carolina for spring break, and on the way there, we were listening to 911 calls on YouTube, just because that's what we do, I guess, for fun.
I've done that. I'd be crazy to say I didn't do that.
We were driving late at night, and we were playing recordings of 911 calls that were like creepy as hell. Mm-hmm. And one of them, I think it was a 911 call, or maybe a creepypasta, I don't know. It was about a guy who was meeting this girl from Tinder at some house party, and he didn't know her. He'd never seen her before. But when he arrived there, he arrived with like 2 friends, and the place was sketchy. They invited him downstairs to this basement, and then these guys all tried to like keep them from leaving, and it was just this crazy scenario, and that's where Plugged kind of came from, the idea for Plugged. And also we wanted to do a horror for a very long time, or something close to a horror.
Yeah.
And horror and party, at least in my mind, mixed really like
interestingly.
So
you know what's funny about that one too is that a lot of horrors likes to get everything away from like people. You know, like, oh, we're in a cabin in the woods, and because the reason why most horror movies, at least back in the day, did that is because it's like the isolation factor of everything. Right. Like, oh, we need to get you away, but you guys managed to be like, nah, fuck that. We're in like Cyberpunk. We got technology all up the wazoo. Fuck that. Technology is the reason why this guy's in the fucking is in that place. Like, yeah, he could still use his phone. Yeah. He didn't use it though. He didn't have enough time. You know what I mean? Like, because most horror movies like, oh shit, 911. I'm gonna call it right now. No, it's like, nah, bitch. You thought you were gonna have a good day. You thought you were going to get some poutine. And you ended up getting fucking... You thought you were going to do some drill, and you ended up getting drilled at the end of the day. That's it. And that's what ended up happening. So...
originally, it wasn't going to be related to, like... Because, you know, it's in the same vein as Mortal.
Oh, for sure.
Originally, it was just going to be like a regular horror, like a supernatural thing, or maybe like a cult kind of thing.
No, I like this one better.
Same.
I like this one better. I like the whole... You know what I thought of? Like the mask stuff? I'm like, oh, that's like Hotline Miami shit right there.
Oh.
I love that.
I love
that is a compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah, like actually, it was funny because we shot it. So the thing in Atlanta was at end of June, like June 26th or something, and we started like production of this like June
16th,
like 12th. Right before, like as far as when we started filming and stuff,
right? But
we started like writing it like the beginning of June, and it was like gonna have to be like a quick thing, kind of like Mortalin, but for the longest time we were like, let's just do like a simple premise, but just like try to show off cinematography. Like we wanted to do like a one take, and like the one take is in there, like the like minute and 15-second segment. But the whole time it was just like we didn't like know how to end it necessarily. And I was gone, and they were like writing, and they just came back, and they're like, okay, now imagine like the drill, like they pick up a drill. And they drill it into his head, and you see a wire go in. And then it pans down to a TV. And you find out it was software in the same universe as Mortal, taking out his information. And I was like, if we do this, we're forever going to be the fucking people making future cyberpunk movies, but let's fucking do it.
So that's when you guys just decided, oh, that's awesome. So in the middle of making this, you didn't even know that that's what that's cool as fuck.
Well, that was before we actually started shooting.
Oh, yeah.
We came up with,
but still, like, even so, like, it's just to know that you guys, like, kind of go all in with this style. But good. That's how most people get shit. I mean, it's all every company or even directors in general have their style, and then they have their thing that they do, and people go for that. That's why. So now it's like, now when I watch your stuff, I know, like, oh, well, I'm not gonna be watching an episode of, like, you know, a fucking Dawson's Creek or something, where I'm just gonna see some sort of fucking teen sappy shit. You know, or I'm just like, it's going to be by a creek and they're just going to talk. No, I'm like, no, I'm going to see my lights. I'm going to get my neon. I'm going to get my neon fixed. I'm going to get, by the way, the person that does your music, did they do both?
No.
Oh, funny story. So the chick that starred in it, like, literally, we liked this dude's music on Instagram, and we were like, okay, you're hot. Just, like, go talk to him and get his signature.
Get him.
And that's all. Because, like, we needed, like, if we used music that was, like, made by someone, we had to get their signature. And, like, literally, we, like, told her that. And the next day, she's like, so I got him to, like, sign the form. It's like, that was fast as fuck. And we, like, he had, like, a SoundCloud. We just, like, went through his library and just threw as much shit in there as we could. Nice. So I don't know. He's from Canada. I don't fucking know.
So you had to get his signature to use his stuff
for the festival, for Mortal, for the festival,
okay.
yeah. For Plugged, I have a friend who knew these guys who make music, and for the whole party scene, a friend of mine, where I'm like, hey, can I use your house for, like, a short film? He's like, yeah, of course you can. So we threw, like, this party, and we invited all these people, and we hoped they would,
and have a party.
No, we were hoping people would show up because we didn't know who was coming or not.
Right.
But my friend's like, hey, do you guys want DJs at the party? And I was like, hell yeah, we want DJs. And she invited her friends who are archived, the guys that made the music for Plugged, and we met one of the guys there because there's two of them. Mm-hmm. We met one of them there, and we asked him about his music, and he was so down to, like, work with us. And it was awesome,
fantastic. And then that's one of the things that makes it work, is the fact that the music is.
He's in it too. He's in one of the.
He's on, like, the beer pong.
Yeah, he's playing beer
pong.
That was, when she said that was the most bait and switch bullshit that has ever. It's like, would you like some DJs at this party? And literally people that just are DJs just came. Like, I was like, oh fuck, they're gonna bring, like, their fucking turntables and have, like, speaker. And they're just like, what's up? I'm a DJ. I'm gonna drink your liquor.
Oh, okay.
They were awesome.
Oh, we're not working, bitch. Like, you want us to work, you gotta pay.
But we used their music, and we're probably gonna use more of their music just because they make awesome stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Archived, they're local. Check them out.
2 Eyes.
Archived with 2 Eyes.
Yes.
Yeah. I love, and whenever I meet somebody who plays an instrument, I'm like, do you want to make music for film?
Yeah. That's definitely, like, the second hardest part of, like, trying to bring everything together is music. Like, who the fuck makes music, you know?
Well, I had my guy make the intro and then the outro for this podcast, and even that, it's just like, you have to understand, like, we need, you know, like, I need my own music, you know what I mean? Like, I need something, and, like, I had it, and, like, you make beats, I need something, like, kind of cool, like, chill, like, hip-hop, let's do this, and then even, like, you don't hear it right now, but as this podcast is going, there is background music playing, which is very, like, chill, like, background music, too. Nice. So, like, you know, and that's done by somebody who kind of is a co-host, kind of not. Haven't seen you in a while, Rosie. Where you at? But anyways, yeah, so he does the background music, and he'll send me some music, and I know how hard it is to, like, just be like, can you please? Especially when you don't want to pay.
Yeah. When money's an issue, I have $4.31. Like, what can you do for me?
Yeah, exactly.
Royalty-free music just often sucks.
Oh yeah, you can hear it from a mile away. Some fucking ukulele bullshit.
Oh yeah, and it sucks too because it's. I think we've heard it all already now.
Right.
Like we're at that point where I'm like, yeah, I've heard
that violin screech that's in every horror trailer. It's
yes. fucking stupid reality show fucking background music too.
Yeah.
Something silly's happening. Dun, 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 dun.
Be happy. Oh God, I know exactly what you're talking about.
The guy's searching for something. Oh, I can't seem to find my keys. Dun, 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 dun. And then so and so walks in the room. That fucking violent. I'm like, why? That doesn't make sense. It's like, I think I found it. It's a dog.
It's just their style, man. You know, it's a style.
I hate it though. I hate it. That's stock shit. I'm over it.
That's stock shit.
Done. I want you. It's. I've even like gone as far as like downloading fucking music things. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Just play drums and then just press buttons and see what happens. It's got to be better than anything.
Not all of it's awful, but
No.
like.
But you guys are going for a certain style, so it makes sense that we would go that far. But yeah, like I don't know. I think that I can't wait for the next one to come out because it's gonna be good. And hopefully, you guys. I mean, are you? I forgot. Sorry, because I'm stupid. But are you entering plugged in anything?
We were thinking about it. Probably local festivals. We haven't really talked about it that much, but the Florida Film Festival was one that we were thinking about. But it's like prestigious, and it's like I don't know where we would fall in that shorts category. And also, film festivals have this thing with their premiere status, where if you put a movie online, it loses that premiere status. And festivals like to premiere the films there, and we already have it on YouTube. So we may still submit it to some festivals. We just haven't really talked about it.
Yeah, I mean, we have it. You know, like if it's like free, you might as well. Plus, it's a good way to like meet other like actors.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like talent we can bring on to help.
I mean, even if we don't submit it or if we don't get into any festival, I would still like to attend festivals and like meet people. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a good time.
That's always fun. Yeah, and with. Sorry, I forgot what I was going to say.
Okay.
Well, I've never been to a film festival, so how is it like? Is it basically like you're just, where is it? Usually in convention centers or something? Like, where are they usually held?
The one we went to in Atlanta was in a hotel.
In a hotel?
It's
Okay.
like the basement of a hotel.
And that was... I mean, it was a festival, but it was more, like, oriented towards, like, professional, like, learning it. Like, they had workshops and...
Okay, so
they screened all the shorts that were, like, there, but they also had a lot of workshops throughout the day. So that was different. But I went to the Florida Film Festival in this past April because I was part of the marketing team from UCF for one of the films there.
Nice.
And it was just a movie theater, the Enzian. It's in I don't remember where it is. It's close by. They just
was it a theater?
Yeah, it was a theater.
Oh, cool.
So they just had one theater, and that would play they would do like a couple of screenings a day, and then they would do all the other films. They would play them at the Winter Park Regal. Okay. So, but mostly it was just people there mingling, just talking, and like
that's cool.
And some of the filmmakers would be there, so you could talk to them and meet them. But it was.
Is it like anybody can go to like a film festival type thing, or do you have to be like in the biz?
As long as you pay, you can go.
I'm gonna pay attention to them. I want to go to one of them one time to see how it is, see if it's
It's fun. It's fun.
Because it's fun to see all this creativity and talent put into this, because again, it's work.
We saw a couple of films there at the Florida Film Festival that weren't even in theaters yet. Like there was a Blumhouse film that we saw.
Oh, really?
And there was this one called Shadow. That's the foreign film from this. Damn, I forgot the name of the director. But we saw it there. The movie's coming out in theaters now, I think.
Oh,
and
cool.
So you see all these cool things, and you also get to meet some of the people that make them. So that's always like a crazy plus.
That's always the I guess the only I've been to a screening. I've been to a geek convention, where I got to see a movie and the director was in the room. But it was like a small, very intimate, like maybe 20 people were in there type setting. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Trauma films. Toxic Avenger, Romeo and Juliet. B movie trash, fucking like just like really terrible like 80s like basically like I got to see what was the movie though. I want to see it's Terra Firma might have been the name of the movie, but basically it was a movie about making a movie making a B movie, but it was a B movie in itself.
Right.
Yeah, and the director Lloyd Kaufman was there, and they were doing trivia, and then like you get it right, they were giving you beers. So I got a couple rights. I had 2 hands full of beer. I'm like, I have 2 beers, and I got the director in the back, and I'm watching a movie. I'm like, this is the best thing ever, you know. So that seems like mad
film
fun.
festivals usually they're reduced down to get drunk and socialize with filmmakers. Like that's
So all right, so maybe I have already been to. But it was super cool and super chill. Like that environment is super fun to like just. But the best part about like watching it in the convention, like because again it was a small little like conference room that they put the movie on a projector on his computer that he didn't really know how to use. But basically, like people would walk in from like the convention because they see a door and they're like, oh, I want to walk in. They walk in and then they would see a scene and there'd be like somebody like skinning somebody else or something like that, or it'd just be like, what the fuck, and then just leave. And that was probably the best part. Is just people would just be like, what the fuck are you guys watching? And then just getting out of there and just like, yep, leave. This is not for you. But yeah. Some child getting run over by a car, and you're just like, yeah, this is what I'm watching.
Slowly close the door and back away and just pretend like you didn't see shit.
That's right. You entered the wrong room. But basically, I think that you guys keep on doing it. I mean, don't take my word for it. You got 730 views that say otherwise, or 34. My bad. It doesn't update. But if you haven't done so, be sure to subscribe to Unpeeled Productions YouTube channel. Is there any other social outlets that they can reach you guys?
I mean,
for?
If you type in Unpeeled Productions to Instagram, is Instagram the only one we're on? Technically, we have a Facebook, but don't even look us up.
Wait, we do have a Facebook?
Technically.
So Instagram and YouTube, that's what
You guys sound like me. In my social media, I'm like, yeah, I have all this stuff, and I'm like, I don't use it, but I have it.
Well, we use our Instagram.
Instagram's probably the best, because YouTube, who messages people on YouTube? I mean,
and then what would they find you on your Instagram? Like just updates on what you guys are doing?
Pretty much.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And also regular posts of us, you can see what we look like, you know?
Yeah. Look at our beautiful faces.
The faces behind the
and
voices.
The link to the YouTube channel's on there too.
Yes. The most importantly, the best way to do it is please just go onto the YouTube and sub to Unpeeled Productions. You won't regret it. I think that you guys should keep it up. Don't stop. And I would love to have both of you on again. And also if Abby wants to come on too.
Of course.
Anybody from Unpeeled, come on if you have something going on. We want to be the first to know on Don't Put Me On This podcast. We want the inside scoop of what's happening.
By Unpeeled Productions.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, I'm glad to have you guys on. Do you guys want to share anything else? Do you have anything else to say? Do you have any other promotions? Do you have anybody you want to say hi to? Anything else?
Shout out to Abby. He's really sad he couldn't come.
Yeah.
Like work kind of fucked him up. Like we were gonna have a nice 4-way conversation here, but he was like literally this morning. He's like, guys, I can't go anymore. And so shout out to Abby.
It's okay, Abby. You would have had to share a microphone because I only have 3. So it would have been you would have to be really up close and personal with somebody.
Here, you know?
I mean, we're kind of close, but I mean, we're not bumping knees yet.
Not yet.
We have.
But yes, again, it is. Thank you guys so much for coming. I really, really appreciate it.
Dude.
And again, hopefully, we'll see you. You know, if you guys come up with something new. But until then, I'm gonna be watching this and showing this to as much people as I know.
Thank you.
Because it's talent. You guys got it. So remember, guys, follow the signs. They're all around. Don't feed the animals.
Signs all around. We talk a lot of junk, yeah. You vibing with us now. Build something from the ground up. Yeah, we like to clown, talk about some real stuff, yeah, something profound. It's a pleasure that you're hearing us, wouldn't mess around. It's a topic of discussion worth talking that we bust it, put a nail in the coffin. If you love it, then you love it. If you don't mean nothing, still bring it to the public. Y'all, don't feed the animals, put them in a cage, they couldn't handle truth. We gonna bust out the gate like some cannibals. Same face, same channel, messing with the tune. A bunch of idiots stuck in one room, can't take us serious. You love what we feeding you. I'm with the show, yeah, proceed with the interview. Local celebrity, snatch a toy from your cereal.